What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be showing off this new two-way slashing playmaker. Now this build right here, I already made a different version in the past. I'm sure you guys seen that video, but this is a new two-way slashing playmaker. Y'all have been asking for more two-way slashing playmaker content, so today I got y'all boys. Now this build right here is truly elite. I'm not saying the other one is bad or anything, but this one right here, I wasn't really going for the two-way slashing playmaker name, and then I got it. I was like, oh my god, hold on. When I got the name, like this is like a comp meta build. So when I got the two-way slashing playmaker name, when I got the name, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do a build video on this one. But before we get to the build, before I break it down and show you some gameplay, make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on that nutty bell so you never miss a stream or a video. And if you're one of the first people to comment Noti Squad or Noti Gang, I will be putting names on the screen just like these beautiful people right here. And without further ado, let's get straight into this two-way slashing playmaker. Let's go! Alright, now we're gonna start off in the builder. The reason we're gonna start off in the builder is because I think the best way to do this video is to just show you gameplay as we're talking about the build. So as we're making the build, I will be showing gameplay in the background when I'm talking about it. But to start off, this build is going to be a power forward. Now listen, this build doesn't play like a power forward. It shouldn't be at the power forward position. But if you want the two-way slashing playmaker name, it has to be a power forward. Now I'm sure you could make a two-way slashing playmaker as a point guard, shooting guard, but it's going to be very different from the build I made. So if you want my build, you want the two-way slashing playmaker that I'm going to show you in today's video, it has to be a power forward. But this build does play like a point guard or shooting guard, so if you do not care about the name, you don't want the name, you just want the build, I will make him a point guard or a shooting guard. But we're going to make him a power forward. So power forward, 6'7", 220 pounds. And then for the wingspan, we're going to move this up to 7'4", max wingspan, so we can play really good defense. You know, you got long arms, you're going to be clamping people, you're gonna be putting them in a 4x4, you're gonna be locking them up. So this is the physicals for the build. Make sure you copy it exactly how I did it right here. Now we're gonna jump over to the attributes. Start off with drive and dunk. We're gonna go with the 88 drive and dunk. Now the reason we're going with 88 is so we get the Zach LaVine dunk package, very solid dunk package. At 87 you get pro context, you get another dunk package at 89, but it's really not that good, so it's just not worth it. We're gonna go with 88 for the Zach LaVine dunk package. For the stand and dunk, we're gonna go with 40, so we get the basic stand and dunk. The 40 stand and dunk animation is better than the one you get at 45, so we're just gonna save some attributes to keep the stand and dunk at 40. And then we're gonna move the close shot up to a 57. Now all around, the finishing on this build is very solid. Another reason I have an 88 drive and dunk is because I also have an 88 drive and dunk on another build, and I actually really like 88. Like 88 drive and dunk is extremely solid. You're not going to be catching crazy contact dunks every single game, but you still have the ability to get really good contact dunks. Like it's not as cheesy as like a 94 obviously, but that costs way too much of your overall, so we're going to save some overall, get an 88 drive and dunk. It's still very solid. You can still get a good amount of contact dunks. And all around, 88 drive and dunk is very solid. Now for the shooting, we're gonna have an 87 mid-range. That way we get the Tracy McGrady base. If you don't like Tracy McGrady, you also get like Terrace Man. You get a lot of good jump shot bases and badges with the 87 mid-range. Now for the three-pointer, you get a 76 three-pointer. That way we get bronze agent 3. And because we have so many badges from the 87 midi, it's going to be very easy to shoot on this build. On this build, I shoot like 65% from 3. So like, I'm telling you right now, it's very easy to shoot on this build. This build is not even made for being like a sharpshooter, but you're going to hit most of your shots. Now moving on to the playmaking. Yes, this is a demigod all-around build. So it's definitely going to have a very high pass accuracy. You're going to have an 87 pass accuracy for bronze bailout, silver dimer, silver needle threader, and a gold special delivery. You have like all the good badges on silver or gold, so, and you have bailout. So if people are missing off your passes, they're just trash. I ain't gonna lie, this should help your teammates a lot when you're dotting them in the corner or on the wing. Wherever you're passing the ball, you also get bailout, like I said. So if you take up something stupid, you do like a stupid layup, you could pass out of it and still get the teammate the ball without like throwing a turnover. So I really do love 87 pass act. It bails you out, it helps your teammates, and all around it's very, very good. Next up, we have a 87 ball handle. Now you are 6'7", so there's no way to get like goal speed booster. You can't get that type of stuff on a 6'7", but you still get really good sig. Because the reason I went with 87 ball handle is so you get the Kemba Walker escape moves. Kemba Walker escape moves will have you move it like a guard. Those escape moves are crazy. Also at 87, you get the Tyrese Halliburton behind the back. Now, a lot of people don't like the Tyrese, and a lot of people love the Tyrese Halliburton behind the back. So it's really 50-50 if you want to use it or not. I just gave this build an 87 ball handle so I could get the sigs that I personally like. So yeah, 87 ball handle, like as you can see from the clips, you move very well on a 6'7" build. You be going crazy. I'm telling you right now, the sigs are amazing on this build. Now for the speed with ball, move this up to a 75. So we get the LeBron James dribble style. The LeBron James dribble style is all around very good. You can speed boost, you can combo up, you create a lot of space. It's actually a very underrated dribble style. Now for the defense. Now a lot of my builds don't have like crazy defense, but this build right here could do everything on offense, and it has really good defense. You're gonna be moving extremely quick laterally, like your lateral quickness, the way you move side to side, you're gonna be moving like this build is really good on defense. This build is very fast. It's very easy to stay in front of your opponent. You could clamp 1 through 5. You could clamp up anybody. You could stay on guards. You could lock up anybody. Like the defense on this build is very good. So you get a 90 perimeter, a 75 interior. So you could play some interior defense, you know what I'm saying, get some good animations, and you get an 87 block. So you get a silver anchor, silver pogo stick, and bronze chase on. I'm pretty sure you get chase on silver or gold. We have to max out the vertical real quick, or we have to upgrade the vertical real quick. But now I know you don't have a hot steal. All you spammers, you square spammers are gonna be very upset. But if you need to spam in this game to play defense, I don't know what to tell you. You could get snatch blocks on this build. You get clamps. You get a lot of good gold and silver badges on defense. I just gotta like max out the physicals. Let me do that real quick before I finish explaining the defense. For the physicals, you get an 85 speed, so you could keep up with anybody on defense. You also get like silver speed booster, silver hyperdrive. You also get a 73 acceleration. We're not gonna move the strength, unfortunately. This is not a build with a high strength. That's why I said this build plays like more like a point guard and a shooting guard. It's not a power forward. This build should not be at the power forward position, but I just did that for the slash and playmaker name. So if you don't care about the name, I would definitely make this build a point guard or a shooting guard. But 50 strength is not bad. You get clamps on silver, and you have all around good defense, so you should be fine with 50 strength. The only problem with 50 strength is like post scores are gonna give you some trouble. But like, if you think about it, you're never really gonna have to deal with post scores because you're most likely gonna have a popper on your team. This is an ISO build, so you're gonna have someone else on your team to deal with the post scores. But if you do play ones, the post scores are gonna give you some trouble. But you do have good defense, so maybe you get a stop or 2 or 3 if they're a bad post score. You know what I'm saying? These post scores be trash, so you could get a good amount of stops, and then on offense you could go absolutely crazy. So no build should give you trouble except for post scores on defense. Now for the vertical, it's gonna be a 75. So you get silver posterizer, gold aerial wizard, and silver chase down artist. Finally, for the stamina, we're gonna max this out to a 99, and this is the build. I mean, like, come on, man. Like this build is an all-around demigod. You get 88 drive and dunk, 87 mid-range, 87 pass accuracy, 87 ball handle, 90 perimeter, 87 block, good speed, acceleration, good vertical, good stamina. Like the physicals are pretty good. Everything, like this build is a 10 out of 10. I'm definitely gonna use this build a lot in the future. So the shades don't matter, but shades of Jalen Williams, DeMar DeRozan, and Jason Tatum. And I'll say this is like a Jason Tatum type of build, but as you can see, two-way slash and playmaker. Now, if you make this build, let's say you load up after making this build. I'm gonna show you what to upgrade real quick. I'm obviously not gonna upgrade it because I'm not gonna waste my VC, but
I'll upgrade my ball handle. My speed up also, I get my 6, like all my true moves. I'll upgrade my pass accuracy to like a 77. 87 is very good, but depending on where you're gonna play, to max out this build, I'll just keep it at 77. I would move the 3-pointer all the way up, I'll max out the 3-pointer, max out the mid-range, max out the drive-in dunk, and then I'll go over to my physicals. Once again, I'll max those out, max out the stamina, the speed, the acceleration, the vertical. And you're at 84 overall. I know a lot of you don't have rebirth, so if you don't have rebirth, you would have to stop at 85, so move the perimeter all the way up to 83.
And this is what I would upgrade if you can't, get your build to a 90 overall off rip. A lot of y'all don't have rebirth. Y'all definitely need the rebirth, but if you do have rebirth, you could get your build to a 90 overall, so I'll move the perimeter up to an 85. Max out the block, max out the interior, and then with these last overalls, I would max out the strength. You're at 88, I would max out the perimeter a little bit more. You have a 90 perimeter. And with this last overall, I just put on like pass accuracy, move this up to a 79. And as you can see, if you were to make this build, this is what I would upgrade right away. So if you want to do this, you want to copy all this down if you upgrade all this. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's build. I'm definitely gonna make a lot of videos with this build. This might be my main build. I know I say that a lot, but this build is an all-around threat. I ain't gonna lie, this build is crazy. So I'm definitely gonna use this a lot in the future, but that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have a blessed day, and peace.